Oh, it was Power here to review the Kamen Rider Saber Shokugan Wonder Ride Book Set 07. So, obviously, following right after Set 6, we got the world story of the Goken Gekido and the Wonder World story of the Kogoken Psycho. So we get two world stories, Wonder World story books, which is pretty neat. Obviously, this one being Buster and this one being Psycho. Obviously, surprisingly actually shown with Saber, which is pretty neat. The lineup besides these two include 01 AI Kosoku, Geo Korin Reki, the Wizard One, and the Decade Sekai no, I'm forgetting the names of these. Tells you to do the world story combo. On both of these, they just change out the Divine Beast slot. I like that Psycho is actually a cyan. That's pretty neat. Obviously, Buster is a silver or gray. But, they both tell you how to apply them. Yeah. So here are the two books out of their respective boxes, I guess. So here's the Wonder World story of the Dogoken Gekido. I really like how this one came out, obviously, because Buster's has a Buster sword. Actually, I think it might be just for the riders within the Divine Beast, but then again, I think Saber, Caliber, and Falchion are on this side, like Espada. I think these two are the only ones that are here just because they're Seikens, but I really like how this looks. QR code for Gambarizing. Obviously the same color scheme like Ikazuchi. Obviously just in the color of that rider. I think this is supposed to be in the same color as Genbu Shinwa. Obviously don't have that one. And here we have the transformation page with Buster and his turtle or tortoise. Then here we have the Wonder World story of the Kogoken Psycho, technically the only one that was actually shown in the show, or used in some way. So obviously we got Psycho himself. This essentially, I don't... Psycho is more of a gunmetal, interestingly. And again, he has a QR code for Gambarizing. His transformation page is technically, you know, or not technically, but obviously, you get Psycho Shadow, which is pretty neat, and obviously you get the Kinnobuki. But the thing is that, as you can tell, they put Psycho as a Divine Beast, despite the fact his story, or him being based off of a actual story. This annoys me a lot. So let's utilize these within the Seikens. So I mentioned that this was used in the show. So obviously I'm on Thouser's debut, so I actually obviously haven't seen Saber. But basically Yuri just inserts this like so. And then with that creates X Swordman. Yep. I really only did this just so then I can talk about how finicky or how sensitive the Kogoken Psycho has become. I don't know why. It's just becoming so unresponsive. Oh, that actually worked, but you know, because when you typically insert this, you don't get the insertion sound anymore. Obviously, like, these don't make sounds, but like it's supposed to, like, you know, make that sound when you insert it and when you take it out. But this button has become so sensitive that it's not even responding anymore. So I don't know what's up with this thing anymore, which it's kind of disappointing. Oh yeah, and this thing also just really likes... This thing also really likes setting itself off. Anyways, the actual sword driver stuff. The Dogoken Gekido. Obviously, we get the single transformation of World Story Rider. Obviously, I'm not going to bore you like the demo. These demos have become really repetitive, so for the sake of myself and you, I'm not going to do the attacks. Obviously, I'll do the attacks for the Nisats, because obviously that's technically the new thing here. Yeah, so there we got the Nisats of World Story Rider. Obviously, we could have achieved it with these. Heck, we can achieve the Sansats, but obviously we want to be official here. And, like, again, like, okay, so obviously with Psycho, obviously, he technically doesn't work here because spoiler, he's supposed to be facing the other way. I don't know why they did that with the story once, but he's not doing that, but I don't mind that at all because, again, I don't understand why the story writers have to face their left or face their right. I don't get it. But, you know, Psycho fits in fine here. I don't understand why they forced him in here. Satsuri. Then don't need to do the transformations for these. So because again it'll just say Eternal Wonder. Why did I put that back in? Obviously this will just do Jaku Dragon. Color transition. So yeah, again, that's literally it for this review. Like, you already saw, if you saw Shokugan 6, you technically get the whole deal. It's just that now you got 2 books, so then you can do the Nisats and such. That's kind of the whole point of the video, just to show that, honestly. Again, you don't really need to get this. Well, actually, technically, you might want to get Psychos just because it did show up in the show and actually did become X-Swordman. Other than that, you don't really need to get the Wonderworld stories. Again, I keep saying it again, I apologize. You really only need up to 3, so again, I'm sorry. So just pick whoever you want to get, or try to collect them all. You know, they're kind of difficult, just because like the Wonder World stories are definitely the most difficult out of all of these. Like out of all, Santara Rider, Old Story Rider, and Happy Rider, these ones are definitely the harder ones because you can find the next review pretty easily, but you can't find like these three because I believe, because I should probably actually state this. I no okay. Gekido's the only candy toy exclusive one. Espada, I will explain about him being actually no, I can talk about him being a Gashapon or being in a Gashapon wave because he got released in the last wave, I believe. Psycho, I'll talk about later. But other than that, like if you don't, as I'll talk about later, I prefer if you got the candy toy version. But if you don't mind, then that's on you. But yeah, that'll have to do with this review. So this is PowerRider, and I'll leave you people. Bye.